Mike's Dildo City, okay? And I'm going to put it right next to Fat Diane Ernst's place. And you know what? I might even give her some competition in the thrift side. I'm going to sell used dildos. How do you like that? I got a whole section of used dildos.
You could be the next Dan's Fan City.
Oh, absolutely.
Set with dildos.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the simple fact that I'm recycling and having a used dildo section will put me on environmental maps everywhere.
Revolution.
Going green. You could actually have your ceiling fans made out of dildos.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Come on down to Mike's used dildo city where your ass gets screamed and you save $3.50. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Come on down to Mike's used dildo city. We clean the butt plugs so they are no shitty. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Our rubber penises come with a warranty. They're gently used but free disease. And our super low prices are tough to beat. If you can find a deal that's better than mine, stick it where the sun don't shine.
How do you like that? I got a whole section of used dildos. I guarantee you, I will have them properly cleaned.
I gotta tell you, if I saw a dildo and it said Firehawk on it, I'd be like,
yeah.
Fags and bitches come out to play. You gotta relieve some stress at the end of the day. Ball to ball inventory, it's a dildo buffet. Saving the world one rubber dick at a time. Spanish polishes them up till they shine. Come on down to Mike's used dildo city where your ass gets screamed and you save $3.50. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Come on down to Mike's used dildo city. We clean the butt plugs so they aren't all shitty. Take one of our used dildos home. Some wiggle, some tickle, some vibrate and hum. We got great deals like 2 for 1. BOGO dildo means twice the fun. They're guaranteed to make you come, or you could return it for a full refund. Come on down to Mike's used dildo city where your ass gets screamed and you save $3.50. Take one of our used dildos home, yeah. Come on down to Mike's used dildo city. We clean the butt plugs so they aren't all shitty. Take one of our used dildos home. So come on down. So come on down. Come and take one of our used dildos home, yeah.
I've been smelling my hole. I just got a sex change. It's already infected. It smells like shit and decay. Really good chance I'm gonna one day. At least I'll get more attention than all those normie gays. It's a damn shame what the world's gotten to when a creature like me believes that it's true that he could just wake up and not be a dude. But he is. Oh, he is living as a new girl with a Y chromosome. You ask which men can be women, I'll tell you which can. The ones that trade their pole for a hole, and that hole really stinks, and it's covered in goo, and it smells like a combo of roadkill and poop. If I don't dilate it, it will heal shut and fill in. Tell me which man can be women. There's a global mission to turn peepees to giners. They'll do it to minors, they don't care. Lord, I got gigantic feet, but I cut off my beak. Both my butt cheeks are covered in hair. Still got an Adam's apple the size of a planet. My name used to be Craig, but I changed it to Janet. Got brainwashed by the internet, left holding the bag. I cut my penis off, I could have just been a
fag.
It's a damn shame what
That's what I say there.
Gotten to when a creature like
I don't care
me
anymore. Fuck you too.
believes that it's true that he could just wake up and not be a dude, but he is. Oh, he is living as a new girl with a Y chromosome. You ask which man can be women, I'll tell you which can. The ones that trade their pole for a hole, and that hole really stinks, and it's covered in goo, and it smells like a combo of roadkill and poop. If I don't dilate it, it will heal shut and fill in. Tell me which man can be women. I've been smelling my hole. I got a sex change, and now I regret it. I should have just been fucking gay. Just been fucking gay.
I have a competition in me. I want no one else to succeed. I hate most people.
Now let's blow some shit up.
A listener named Ryan Harkness, he hit one out of the park.
Bunch of slack-jawed around here. This stuff will make you a goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Just like me.
I can't see without his glasses.
1 minute we're laughing, the next minute he's dead. Why would God let this happen?
37. My girlfriend sucked 37 dicks.
In a row?
Listen up, Tampa Bay. Hollywood Hulk Hogan here.
I think I ate the bones. I ate the bones. I ate the bones.
Sinkhole. Sinkhole.
I spit on your spit.
I piss on your spit.
I shit on your piss.
I fart on your shit.
I laugh at your fart.
We are friends again. Hey, I piss on your spit. I piss on your shit. I shit on your shit. I piss on your shit. I laugh at your butt. We are friends again. Hey, hey, I piss on your spit. I piss on your shit. I shit on your shit. I piss on your shit. I laugh at your butt. We are friends again. Hey.
I spit on your spit. I piss on your spit. I piss on your shit. I shit on your piss. I laugh at your fart. We are friends again. Hey! Hey! I piss on your piss. I dick on your shit. I butt on your fart. I dick on your ass. I laugh at your fart. We are friends again. Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. This Sunday, this program typically doesn't fucking start so early, but hey, I got some shit going on. Couldn't do the show at the regular 8 p.m. time, but nonetheless, if you're tuning in now, I'm very thankful. Thank you for tuning into the Ryan Harkness Show. Did not hit the post there like I wanted to. Little bit fucking rusty-rooney. That's right. Hey, what's up, break out of your trance? This is the first person to say anything in the chat. This is the Ryan Harkness Show. Thanks for tuning in, ladies and gentlemen. My show typically runs on Sunday evening, 8 to 10 p.m., but I have some house guests coming over tonight, and I cannot do this fucking show while the timing worked out to where they're just going to be arriving when, like, I'd be halfway through it. When I'm halfway through it, I'm several ways through these Unholies, which is the official beer of the Ryan Harkness Show. They used to be the real unofficial or official beer sponsor of the Ryan Harkness Show when I did a program on the Bubba Radio Network. That's right, Bubba the Love Sponge's old shit, like fucking years ago. And I still drink it to this day because when I don't drink a lot, but when I do this program, I like to get a little loose because that's what it's all about. This is a fucking hang. This transports you to like 2002, 2003, where we had these things called bars, and you went to them, or we had these things called social gatherings or parties, anything like that. You used to go and you used to hang out with people. Now, I know this is going to blow a lot of your minds. People used to interact with each other en masse. Like, you'd have a set of friends. You would even have a thing. Like every Thursday, I'm going to go to Dollar Beer Night at O'Brien's and kick it with the homies, and we're going to fucking guess that's right, dollar beers. Beers that cost $1. If you go there with $20, you could almost kill yourself with alcohol. And you would do something called socialize. Now, socializing is what you're seeing right now and experiencing right now, but a proxy. This is a proxy for socialization. What you're seeing right now on the Ryan Harkness Show is an imitation of what we used to do. We used to like actually go to a location, be it your friend's house, your house, a local restaurant or bar, and we would all sit down, maybe have a few alcoholic beverages, and talk about the happenings of the day, recent news, what's going on in your life, all that kind of stuff. And the reason that we did this is because it's kind of a human need. Like, you need to interact with people and socialize with them to be what they call mentally healthy and stable. But we don't do that anymore. Now we watch programs on the internet and cut ourselves off from everybody and kind of rely on this fucking box that sits in our pocket all the time. And we'll watch YouTube shorts. The second we wake up to take a shit, where's my thing? Here's my thing. Oh, God. Fucking rummage your way into the bathroom. What's happening? Funny, like, share, retweet, or repost, or whatever X calls it now. Yeah, but this is going to be a hang. It's so you guys can burn a couple hours while you're at your shitty or maybe great job. Maybe you like your job, but you just want something to put on, listen to, and feel like you're having one of those old experiences that we call social interactions. You can literally socially interact. I know we have a lot, mostly the fucking replay peeps that hang out and post in chat, and you can this program by going to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness show. If you leave a donation, that donation, all proceeds go to making this program happen. Maybe eventually when some people actually start listening to this program, I could do it as a job every day. I am doing this early on a Sunday. I would love to be able to do this. Yeah, this is the thing. I'd love to be able to do this every single day. Imagine 2 to 4 hours of entertainment every single day, guaranteed to you by tuning into this channel. That's what I would love to offer you, but I cannot do that because I don't make any fucking money doing this. So you could kind of push me in that direction by going to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness show. You could leave a donation and a comment, and I am obligated to read your comment on air, whether or not you say something like "f it" or "nigger," or "Ryan, you are a stupid faggot nigger, and I hate your show. It sucks dick. I'm never tuning in again." You could leave a comment with like $5 or so, and I'm going to read that on the air despite my own ego and well-being. But anyway, let's get into it. I hope you guys had a great week. I had a mediocre, just going through the motions week, which is pretty much life at these days. And that's kind of the point of this show is life sucks in the United States of America at this point because the American dream is dead. You have probably, if you're watching this, you definitely don't have a retirement plan. You probably don't own a home. There is zero way that you're ever going to own a home. The deck is completely stacked against you. You're fucked. I'm fucked. But that's fine, you know, because we could still laugh about it. While they're dragging you off to the gallows, the only thing that you could really do that they can't take away from you while they put that 45 to the temple of your head is your ability to laugh at all this ridiculous bullshit that's going on in what we used to know as the United States of America. I had a wonderful morning this morning. I shit on the American dream and all that because it doesn't exist anymore, but it does exist within my the borders of my property. I try to keep the idea of America still alive within the borders of my property, and that encompasses, family, laughing, opportunity, raising children, being good to one another. I still keep that going within my fucking circle as much as I can, even though it doesn't exist, in my opinion, outside of that. So I woke up this morning, obviously had my coffee. I have a newborn baby boy. He's 4 months now, I think, and my mornings typically consist of me giggling with him because he's always super happy when he wakes up. So I call it my morning chumbles. We do morning chumble fest where I giggle with the baby, pass him off to the lady, and then I go and start my own thing. This morning, my own thing was, I used to be really fucking into this before the world started falling apart and the book of Revelations became a reality. Let's see, congrats. You got a 6-month-old yourself, Breakout. That's awesome. Fucking congrats to you. And a boy as well. That's fucking even better. I was thinking I wanted a girl because I had a boy previously, but I know boys. It's fucking awesome to have one. And let's just roll with it. And he's doing awesome. He's happy. He's healthy. For that, I feel blessed. And it doesn't get any better than that. After I finish playing with him, I used to really be into shooting sports, shooting guns. As an American with a little bit of property, I like to be able to walk right outside of my door in my underwear right after waking up, and I like to start my day with a cup of coffee in my hand and whatever firearm I choose to shoot at a steel target that day from across the property. Today it was, I'm kind of easing back into it because I haven't really shot in a while. Number one, because ammo prices are ridiculous, and everything that I have I've been hoarding now. Like, we're gonna fucking go into World War III. I can't fucking shoot my 7.62s and my 9s. I gotta keep those all together. I can't fucking target practice like I like to. But fuck it. I'm probably going to lose and die in the new American Holocaust anyway. I might as well enjoy what I love and shoot some guns. So I decided to start my day with a cup of coffee and shooting a little bit of a pussy. People shit on 22s, but I grabbed the old Marlin Model 60, which is a semi-automatic 22 tube magazine fed. It's probably the most accurate rifle that I have, even though that it's a bitch-ass 22. But I have a steel target set up across the length of my property. And, it's early in the morning. I don't want to fucking... And a lot of people do this around here. I live, without doxing myself, I live in quite a rural area right here in Florida. And we like to shoot guns here. And we all kind of respect each other by not doing it between the hours of like 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. So I don't want to be that guy to fucking just wake up and mag dump at 8 a.m. when I was out there. But I don't have a box of them with me. I'd like to show you. But there's these 22 LR cartridges made by CCI. They're called 22 Quiets. And they're basically, if you know anything about guns, they're simply subsonic 22 ammo, which allows you to shoot the typically supersonic 22 bullet at subsonic levels, so it doesn't create a mini sonic boom, that fucking crack, that pop, the loudest thing that you hear when you shoot a gun. It doesn't do that. It's something like 700 feet per second, 600 feet per second, so it doesn't make that loud crack when you shoot it off. So out of respect to, and I also have like livestock and dogs and shit like that, and they always freak out when you shoot guns. So out of respect to them and the neighbors, I loaded up some of these fucking 22 Quiets and blew off a lot of steam by hitting a plate across the fucking field. And there's nothing more satisfying. I'm getting back to like iron sight shooting too. Like I have plenty of, in the modern day, firearms technology has advanced to where we have such cool optics, red dot sights, LPVOs, all that kind of shit, to where, you could be half blind and almost 40 like I am. My eyes ain't what they used to be. And you could still hit something from a significant distance if you have this kind of technology on your firearm. But I'm getting into, like, I feel the old school shit, the way to do it is to do iron sights. I like fucking shooting iron sights. That's why I grabbed that Marlin 60 and just fucking ping this plate from across the fucking field with my coffee sitting next to me. Just it's a tiny little. That's all you hear from the quiet 22 LRs, and then you hear tink, tink every time you hit the plate, and like 9 out of 10, I think I fucking nailed that little motherfucker. The size of a pie pan like this from a good 100 yards, and that's my practice. Like I felt fucking. It's a great way to start the day, and that's why I say like this is still America within my little circle. That's America. That's like how I like to start the day. I wish everybody could. I know you can't do that the way we're set up. Like a lot of people live, and no fault of their own, but that's just how you've been tricked into building your life. But you live 5 feet away from the next house over. You can't go shoot fucking guns and shit. But that's not how I roll. So I decided to live out in the fucking sticks. And I get to walk outside in my fucking underwear and shoot guns. Maybe I'll step it up to, I don't know, some 7.62 by 39 or some 5.56 tomorrow after everybody has woken up. But that got me to thinking, like, America stopped being America, in my opinion, when you, and I'm sorry to everybody that doesn't like guns if you're listening to this now, but I do. I dig them. You used to be able to go to Walmart and purchase like 500 to 1,000 rounds at Walmart of anything you wanted. But particularly, I'm talking about 22 for like $15. You get the big old bucket of bullets. And I think it was after several rounds of mass shootings, they stopped selling ammunition for first handguns and then rifles, and now I think maybe you're lucky if you could find shotgun shells at your local Walmart. But that's when America, I think, not just because of that, but it was around that time when shit started to be mega gay around here and not really feel like the free country that it fucking was. But that said, you could still carve out a little piece of the world if you want. Don't let this shit get you down. Just still do you as an American. And I highly recommend that if you don't have a gun, go buy one now, because for what's coming, you definitely need one. I would start out with, I don't know. I'm not like one of those gun fucking guru guys that say, you got to get fucking this, and this is the best gun or whatever. Start out with a fucking 22. Go get you a Ruger 1022, 1,000 rounds, which I still think, I don't know what it is today, probably like $50 today, but just start shooting with that thing, because all the fundamentals are still the same. It's fun as fuck. It's not going to break the bank if you go that way. Make that your base, and then just fucking go out from there. Then get your full-size handgun, maybe a shotgun, and then definitely a rifle of significant caliber, at least like an AR and 5.56, and just grow from there. But you're going to need one. I think, and this isn't even political. Like, I don't even know why guns is a political thing. I thought that was something that we did as Americans. I think that guns are like tools that should be no indifferent from, like, you got scissors in your drawer, right? You have a can opener in your drawer. You should have a gun as well. They serve different roles to protect yourself and your family. They could be fun. They could be, any of the things that the roles that guns serve. That's why you should have one. So just that gave me a little bit of happiness today to start my day out like that. And I recommend everybody get you a gun immediately and start pew-pewing if you are in the area that allows for it. But that was my morning. Let's get into the show. We'll start out with some whimsy. We got, some, I don't know, one in the chat if you've ever heard of Elliot Rodgers and you know the story of Elliot Rodgers. I always heard of him, and, you know, I never knew, like, the specifics or the lore around this mass murderer, but I just delved into old Elliot Rodgers today and learned what he was all about. So we're going to get into that later on, but we'll start out with some whimsy. I'll try to make the mass murderer as funny and as entertaining as possible. But here is another murderer. Now, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this on YouTube. That being said, I don't really give a fuck because I know I'm already shadow banned on YouTube to a great extent due to, well, the obvious. If you're tuning into this show, you probably have seen that parody song, and they don't really take kindly to saying the gay F word and going against the normative narrative when it comes to sexuality and shit like that. So I did some tests on my channel. It turns out that, yeah, there's ways to tell. Like, there's some services that you can fucking utilize to see how much YouTube is fucking with you and your channel. And it I don't know the exact ins and outs, but it creates like several bots, 100 bots that subscribe to your shit, and then you run a test and see how many notifications those subscribers get. And my subscribers don't really get a lot of notifications when I put out shit. So that's clearly indicative. It was a red flag that I am shadow banned, at least to some extent. But I'm going to start out with this story. This is from let me get rid of the chat there so I can see. This is something that happened recently. Now, every time I see somebody playing this video, this was an accident during I guess you would call a minor league hockey game that ended up in a death. Now, if you were to go on YouTube, which I am unfortunately streaming on, you would see that every time you clicked on a video associated with this incident, you would have at least an age restriction or some kind of prompt that came up that says, this is uber violent, are you sure you want to continue? So I know this isn't looked kindly upon. This is a grainy video of the incident on Twitter. I'm pretty sure the robots are probably going to pick it up anyway. But this happened at a minor league hockey game. The individual that you see blatantly karate kicking the poor man that died in the neck sliced his either jugular or carotid artery with that hockey skate. The seconds after this portion of the video that you're seeing right now is a bunch of bloody ice and eventually ends in this poor man's death. YouTube moderators, this portion, he's definitely alive, so you're not really witnessing his death. But there's been a lot of speculation as to, did this hockey player mean to do that? Did he, some people are calling for like second-degree murder or manslaughter charges as a result of this. And you could look it up. I think the dude's name that got killed was Adam Johnson. The man that kicked him in the throat was Matt Petgrave, who is possibly facing charges as a result of this incident. But if you were to look into better quality editions of this video, you would see how truly violent it is and why some people are saying that Mr. Matt Petgrave intentionally did this. Now, I'll just put that on the screen again. You could see, like, he karate kicked him. He side kicked him in the throat. I think the kick was most certainly intentional. but I don't think he meant to slice his throat with an ice skate, ending the poor man's life. I think he was probably trying to pull off a dirty hit, maybe hit him in some kind of padded area, not even really hurt him, but knock him for a loop and out of his game. And I think that he got lucky, or rather unlucky, and killed this guy. That's my quick take on it. I don't think he meant to murder him. One quick and quite funny aside is everybody knows that there's not a lot of African American men that play hockey, but the man that you saw kick the victim in the throat was one of the only existing black hockey players, and a lot of people have made AI-generated art regarding the incident. Here's one such example of that. Now, the actual look of the Mr. Matt Petgrave is a little less, I would say, black than what you're seeing on the screen now. But nonetheless, he is a black hockey player. And, you know, per capita crime statistics, FBI crime statistics taken into consideration, I think that we have not really strayed from the normal standard deviation. This, though an AI depiction of what happened, is what happened. He meant to fucking karate kick that guy. I don't think he meant to kill him, but he fucking killed him. Play stupid games, win fucking stupid prizes. So, you know, not really great as far as propelling the black race into the annals of hockey stardom, but that's what Mr. Matt Petgrave has done to the legacy of black hockey players. I think it's always going to be a bloody stain on the ice when it comes to African American hockey history. Again, my quick synopsis, I don't believe that he meant to kill him, but he fucked around and ended up killing him. All right, another person who has suffered at least severe injury. This is a weird story. This came across my feed, I think, in like, is this a TikTok? Yeah, this is a TikTok. It was in the form of a YouTube short. But this is a man named, he's got like a very Hispanic name. I don't remember what it was. But this is an incident where police officers were trying to subdue a man during a domestic violence call. One, if you look back into the history of it, didn't really have any domestic violence involved in the thing, but the police that subdued this man somehow managed to snap the man's leg off while subduing him. Now you think, like, snap his leg off? How do you snap a nigga's leg off? That's fucking impossible. There's some way that they body slammed this gentleman. I think his name was Rigoberto, Mr. Rigoberto Sanchez or something like that. Got the cops called on him to his house over an altercation. It started out calm enough, but for some reason the cops got pissed, ended up slamming him on the ground, and the man lost his leg in the fucking incident. Let me see if this is a TikTok. I don't see my TikTok thing there. Full window. Let's see if a Twitter one works. That's not going to work. Full window. I guess we'll try this one. That's close enough. Let's check it out.
No hay nada, vato.
Bro, you were getting my face. I was trying to help you out.
Back in April of 2022, Zapata County deputies responded to a call regarding a domestic violence situation. Upon arrival, they are greeted by this man right here. Rigoberto Barrientos. Now, at first, things are surprisingly calm, and there's no cussing, there's no yelling, no threats of any kind. But after less than a couple of minutes, they tell him, look, you can't stay here. We'll take you somewhere else, but you gotta leave. To which he responded, why? You know, this is my house too. I don't understand why I'm the one that's being asked to leave. Well, this statement in and of itself was classified as starting a full-blown fight. And this is the very moment those deputies grab Rigoberto and quite literally remove one of his legs from his body.
Now, I know what
Surely
you're thinking.
He just means some sort of prosthetic, and
Like,
he's just baiting us into the story. But no,
how the fuck do you remove somebody's leg? By the way, I saw that, CMK. You got the notification? That's good. And if you could tell me, like, if you do subscribe to this channel, maybe you came across this stream on accident or whatever, this doesn't apply to you, but just let me know in the chat if you get notifications when I do go live, at least. But that would help me out when I'm determining my future here at YouTube. I'm probably going to end up going to Rumble as soon as next week because of the shenanigans that I've seen thus far. But the whole reason that I wanted to do this show, which is very YouTube inappropriate on YouTube, is just because of the sheer reliability of YouTube. You hit go live, it fucking works. Aside from the banning, shadow banning, extreme censorship, that kind of stuff, I thought maybe I could build at least somewhat of an audience that will follow me over to Rumble, which rarely ever works for me. When I try to watch a program on Rumble, I don't know. Your mileage may vary, but it doesn't work great for me. But yeah, just let me know if you do subscribe and you get notifications when I do go live. And if you're watching this on the replay, comment down below and let me know if you get those notifications as well. That would help me out. But how do you snap a man's leg off by body slamming him?
This is a fact. And to make matters worse, when Mr. Barrientos finally arrived to the hospital, he was told it could not be reattached. The officers then lied on their reports and kept this footage under wraps for well over a year. That is, until this man right here, Kevin Green, took Mr. Barrientos' case, requested the body cam footage, and released it himself. And to top it off, those
a lawyer named Green. Okay.
Officers would spend the next few minutes attempting to justify their actions to their supervisor. And it obviously worked because there's been no talks of repercussions for those officers. Now I'm sure at this point a few of you are thinking, hey Slamurai, that's great and all, but I don't really sympathize with abusers. Well, that's just it.
TikTok videos suck so bad. Like, the people that make this content.
Altercation that occurred between himself and his
This
wife.
guy's recording this in the bathroom. He took 15 minutes to do this.
Was completely verbal, and at 4 a.m. she told him to leave, but he didn't, which is why the police were called. Needless to say,
this Texas cop is just like staring at a puddle of blood and a soon-to-be legless man. I saw another video that explained like the way he was body slammed by the cops, and so, like, I don't see how this is possible, but it happened. Like, say this is Rigoberto. Rigoberto, this is the ground. He body slammed, like, I believe like this, and his leg got, I'll use this one, got extended this way so much that, like, all the fucking connective tissue, all the shit that holds your fucking leg on somehow just snapped like a dingleberry and fucking left him, with nothing but his leg holding on by like some skin or some shit. It sounds preposterous. That's why I thought it would be interesting to talk about. I don't see how that's fucking possible, but it happened to this dude pretty objectively. The cops tried to bury it. It's just coming out now after like a year or so that somebody probably FOIA requested the information around it. But yeah, Rigoberto lost his pierna.
Mr. Barrientos is suing the department for $500,000.
I think that's fucking fair. That's fair for a Mexican leg. What's a Mexican leg worth? At least $500,000, you know? If he would... Never mind. I'm not going to go down that road. But yeah, a leg, fucking give him the 500 grand. It's probably going to be a lot less sweat off your sack if you just shell out that fucking taxpayer money and let Rigoberto maybe get a nice prosthetic that you've foisted upon him having to get. All right, what's next? We got, now, I always get shit from people that you're my friends. If you're on the right side of the political spectrum, you guys, I'm fucking with you. I hate the way things are going. I find the current presidential administration to be the worst ever. But the thing that makes, and the thing I agree with you most on, is that the left has been repugnant lately, advocating for chopping kids' dicks off, destroying our economy, COVID bullshit. I fucking get it. But what makes them and allows them to be so goddamn awful is the fact that no reasonable person who considers themselves on their side calls them out when they say preposterous things. I have gotten in trouble because I have a tendency when our side does and says preposterous things, I cannot, for the sake of maintaining my moral consistency, go along with it, and I try to clean house and call out my side, if you will. I think if we have done a lot more of that over the last few years, we wouldn't be in the shape that we are in now, and we would be much more unified. But when y'all niggas act like fucking f***its, you should be called out for it. So this next video, this has aroused a lot of ire, let's say, from, I'd say, the right wing. This is a young woman who, young, pretty white girl, subjective to the horrors of the day, bought the propaganda that you can go to college, get a job, and you're going to be A-okay. She did her time, got her degree, got a job, and now things aren't working so fucking great for her. Let's see what she has to say.
I know I'm probably just being so dramatic and annoying, but this is my first job, like my first 9-to-5 job after college, and I'm in person, and I'm commuting in the city, and it takes me fucking forever to get there. There's no way I'm gonna be able to afford living in the city right now, so that's off the table. Like, fucking duh! If I was able to walk to work, and it'd be fine, but I'm not. So it literally takes me, like, I leave here, like, I get on the train at 7:30, and I don't get home till, like, 6:15 earliest, and then, like, I don't have time to do anything. I want to shower, eat my dinner, and go to sleep. I don't have time or energy to cook my dinner either. Like, I don't have energy to work out. Like, that's out the window. Like, I'm so upset. Oh my god. Nothing to do with my job at all, but just, like, the 9-to-5 schedule in general is crazy. Being in the office 9 to 5, like, if it was remote, you get off at 5, and you're home, and everything's fine. But, like, I'm not home. It takes me long to get home, and, like, people that drive to the office, like, you don't get off at 5, and I know it could be worse, I know I could be working longer, but, like, I literally get off, it's pitch black, like, I don't have energy. How do you have friends? Like, how do you have time to, like, meet, like, a guy? I don't know, like, how do you have time for, like, dating? Like, I don't have time for anything, and I'm, like, so stressed out, and I'm also getting my period, so that's why I'm all emotional, but, like, am I so dramatic? It's fine.
Alright, listen, I get what you're thinking. If you're just seeing that for the first time, I know exactly what's going on in your head. And I'm going to make the argument that you've been programmed to think that. Even though there is some rationality in looking at this young woman's plight that she's boo-hooing about, you're thinking,
fucking, I've been doing it for maybe decades. You got to work hard. You got to pull yourself up by your bootstraps. What do you expect, you dumb bitch? You thought you were going to go to college and just get out with zero experience and have the world handed to you on a silver platter? Now, this is where I digress and say a lot of you on the right are going to get mad at me when I say this young woman is absolutely correct. As whiny and retarded and fucking inexperienced as she sounds, which she does sound like all of that, she is correct. The idea that, you know, I'll be 40 years old next year. Think of that what you will. But I grew up with uber boomer parents who told me that and college was a thing. You gotta go to fucking college. If you don't go to college, you're a fucking retard. You're a piece of shit. You're basically a nigger. You suck. All right, I'll try my best to get into college, like many people did. That was what was sold to us as the answer and the thing that sets you apart against, let's call them, just schlubs. Scrubs, as TLC would put it. If you go through the rigors of college and make it out the other side with a degree, you're at least going to be fucking okay. That's what was sold to us. That's what many of us, probably most of you listening, what we're told. We know now that that is objectively bullshit. For whatever reason, the market is saturated with people that have bullshit degrees, and the college system is slid backwards, and yada, whatever it is. The message that was pounded into mine, and even the fact that this girl's probably half my age, is that if you go through the fucking pain and suffering of getting a degree, and don't try to suspend your proclivity to say, like, oh, the platitude, the fucking cliche, oh, you have a fucking degree in butthole sewing, underwater basket weaving is always the thing. It doesn't matter. What you were told is if you go to college, you work hard, you get your degree, you are going to come out the other side with a job. That's how that, I don't know, $250,000 education was sold to her and many, many other people in the first place. Now, I know that you're going to be like, fuck you. Like, I figured it out. I went to college too, and I had a tougher run than it. She needs experience. She needs here's my point. It doesn't matter if she spends another 5-10 years of her life gaining the much needed experience that she does to accelerate her life to the expectations that were sold to her. That's why I say, like, the American dream is dead. It really is fucking dead. It doesn't matter if she went through that. The rate of inflation, the downfall of your dollar is so fucking dramatic and is so precipitous and is going to continue at such a ridiculous rate that this is the real life rubber meets the road experience of, this is how it hits a pretty white college girl. But what about, like, you guys and me who are in a different boat? How's your retirement plan looking, if you even have one? How has your homeowner's insurance gone up, or if it even exists anymore? If you're trying to buy a house now, how are those rates looking, and how are the inflated price? It's dunzo, you guys. You cannot put a reasonable amount of hours of work in the day as a normie, as a regular person, and come out the other side. Like when my parents grew up, a janitor making $15,000 a year could have a couple kids, could afford his mortgage, could send those kids to college, could have a car or two, and pay all the bills, and maybe have enough money to take a vacation every year or so. Yeah, a lot of hard work was involved in it, but this shit is not even obtainable for most people anymore. And I know if you're hearing my voice, you have to be at least feeling that fucking notion at least a little bit. Even though your, like me, right-wing indoctrination tells you, no, just she needs to fucking pick herself up by her bootstraps, this dumb fucking pretty white bitch. What do you expect? You got the underwater basket weaving college degree? Duh. It doesn't matter. You were sold a fucking lie, and this lie was sold en masse, and it's not tangible anymore. These goals are fucking not tangible unless you lie or cheat or got some kind of fucking deviation in your plan rather than what is prescribed to you. Don't fall for that fucking... Like, when I initially saw it, the shit that was in my guts to be like, oh, this stupid bitch. Like, what does she fucking know? She doesn't have the experience to fucking... What happens if you do have the experience? Is your situation is it that much better? Is it way super fucking better than what she's going through? Or do you have a dim, if not non-existent light at the end of the tunnel to look forward to because we've made the dollar worth jack shit? We're in perpetual wars that don't do anything for us and just bleed the country. We're on a trajectory where I don't laugh at this young woman anymore. I feel for her because hours upon hours upon hours of her, your life are being fucking stolen. Straight up. That's the way it is. So I'm not going to fucking simp for the fucking faggots that made this shit happen. The bankers, the media, the people that fucking ruined our economy, the politicians, all that shit. They want you to be like, oh, this fucking dumb little hoe, what does she know? She just needs more experience. She needs a $250,000 fucking college bill that she'll never pay off, and then she needs 10 years of experience, and then she needs an inflated fucking mortgage or rent bill, inflated fucking energy costs. She needs to just be squeezed fucking dry like the rest of us. Don't simp for that. That's not the way this shit ever was or is supposed to be. It's bad for your fucking soul. What I'm saying is ignore your proclivity to just shit all over this dumb bimbo because she is airing a very, very valid grievance. And, I say all the time, don't try to fucking red pill people. I'm not trying to red pill you guys, but I know, just like me, even in me, a lot of people saw that video and the initial response that you wanted to give is like, oh, this dumb little hoe doesn't know how it is. Yeah, she doesn't. You're right. And that's what tricks a lot of people is that inkling of truth in the notion gets you to go along with what they fucking want you to go along with. That she deserves this. She doesn't fucking deserve it. She really does. None of us fucking deserve it. The point is we're all being fucking stolen from. Even as young and dumb and inexperienced as she is, that's her experience of a dog shit economy and inflated fucking devalued currency, and it's just going to get worse all the time. So don't simp for these fucking banking faggots. Fuck them. She's right. She's right. Let her be right. As much as it hurts. I know you're like, oh, you fucking, oh, this dumb bitch. I fucking swept turds out of a a bucket gully for years and I did okay. No, fuck that. We're not meant to work 90 hours a week, never have a fucking vacation, and be worried about where the next fucking paycheck. We're not meant to worry about like being able to go to the doctor and shit like that. I used to be like when I was starting to become politically minded in late high school years, early 20s, adulthood years, I was that right-leaning libertarian, Ron Paul guy, still into an extent, but like, you just fucking work hard, don't ask for anything from anybody else or the government, and, these people that are on welfare and government assistance, why should I be paying for their health care? Like, how expensive is it to go to the doctor these days? And what do you get? Like, think of your health insurance bill. If you have health insurance, even if you have Obamacare, you still pay for it. That's how that works. What do you get out of it? Health insurance is a fucking scam. Health care is a fucking scam. Everything's a scam. Everything is a work. We are being fucked in the ass. All that to say, like, when you see that young lady deny, and I'm not trying to red pill anybody, I'm just planting a seed here. I'm not castigating you or shitting on you if you disagree with me wholeheartedly. I'm just saying, you feeling like a little bit of that heat that she's talking about, even though I know you felt a lot of it. You spent way more hours than her, like providing for your family, staying late at work, whatever the fucking lack of experience that she has in all of that. You ate that shit sandwich, and yeah, you should garner more respect for doing so. But you know what she's talking about, and you could apply it to current day. Like, I don't know. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling the fucking heat. I'm going to skip over Dr. Parkenstein, and we're going to delve into the manosphere. That's right, the manosphere. Manosphere. The source of Elliot Rodger. I told you we were going to get into Elliot Rodger. When I say manosphere, I assume like most of you know what I mean. Your Andrew Tates, your, to a lesser extent, like Jordan Peterson, and you guys could fucking name as many of them as you want. Before we get into this, I think I'm going to take a piss break. Shit, did I already do a fucking hour? I guess I already did. So we're going to have to blast through this. I'm going to take a piss break, and we're going to play a quick, retarded parody song. This is about a stinky belly button to the tune of Metallica. When I come back, we're going to get into the manosphere and Elliot Rodger as well. Stay tuned. I'll be right back.
Hey there, guys. It's Dr. George here from thehealthybear.com.
That's not it.
And today I wanted to talk
that one.
Hey, by the way, you want to hear the grossest thing ever? Calvin, tell me your belly button story.
Yeah. So yesterday, like late evening, whatever, I went out in my garage and was hitting the heavy bag and speed bag and stuff and jumping rope and got all sweaty and everything. And I didn't want to take a shower before I went to bed because that wakes you up and stuff. So I just kind of toweled off, which I know is kind of gross, but whatever.
Hey, it sounds gross, but everybody does it.
Right, yeah. So I woke up this morning and I'm sitting there on the sofa and I'm like, what the hell is that? And I reached in my belly button, I smelled it. I'm like, oh, it smells so bad. So of course I had to make my wife smell it. I'm like, smell my belly button.
And she just did it? Because if I would have been to my wife, I would have been like, smell my belly button. She would just give me this finger.
She was like, what? And I go, it smells so bad. It's like so gross. And she goes, I don't want to, but I kind of want to. And I go, yeah, I know. Get down there, smell it. So she goes and she smells it. And she stands up and she puts her hands over her ears and closes her eyes and just walked away.
She went right to the divorce attorney.
Yeah.
A workout at the gym is good for your physique. But if you don't wash up, your belly button stinks. The The smell is quite unique, unlike any other hole. So why don't you take a whiff of my belly button guacamole? It's the bomb. The smell cannot be compared to the butt or the nuts or the feet. Yeah, that smell you smell is me. It's almost worse than poop and pee. It's where my umbilical cord used to be. I've worked all day working up a funk. Now my belly button smells like Casey Anthony's trunk. I have to admit that I kind of like it. I stick my finger and sniff it and get delighted. I see you looking round like you smell something. It's my stinky belly button.
I'm like, smell my belly button.
And she just did it.
And I go, yeah, I know. Get down there, smell it.
We terrorize our wives with our farts and jizz and our belly button holes. Yeah, a smelly hole it is. After I cut the grass,
All right, I'll let this play out.
I let it marinate. So my belly button hole smells even worse than my change. My pubic hair is glistening with sweat. I'll fill your nose with regret. I hope you like extra cheese. It smells worse than poop and pee. It's where my umbilical cord used to be. I've worked all day working up a funk. Now my belly button smells like Casey Anthony's trunk. I have to admit that I kind of like it. I stick my finger and sniff it and get delighted. I see you looking round like you're smelling something. It's my stinky belly button.
Yes, Carl, that is fucking gross. I got a million of these fucking dumbass parody songs that I used to do for FM radio shows here in the Tampa Bay area. And every time I look at like the content subject, the subject of what that shit is, it takes me back to 2013. 2014, 2015 when I did that shit, and I'm like, oh my god, like everything is so fucking, it was so devoid of this culture war bullshit. It was just like I was in a different mindset. I was in the mindset of a fucking comedian where, and it was happy. It was my happy time. There was just fucking tough times too, but not like now. Like my consciousness was just, I was a sniper, like looking for the fucking joke wherever it was. And wherever it was to me always where you weren't supposed to go. Not necessarily like in a fucking edgy boy way, but to an extent, an edgy boy way. Like if you tell me, like if I woke up tomorrow and I woke up on planet Global Glop, you know, but still within my body and my consciousness. And the Zergidians told me, you cannot fucking make fun of the Emperor Jeeblju. I would want to make fun of Emperor Jeeblju because you told me not to. That was, it's always like the what I want to do. If you tell me I'm not allowed to do it, then I gotta do it. All right, we're gonna come back in a second. I did start this program much earlier than expected because, like I told you guys, we're gonna have some guests over at the house, and I don't want to interrupt that experience with this dumbass show. I see that they have just walked into the house. So I'm going to hit the pause button, see if I can continue this program, and I'll be back in just a second. I apologize for that, but it must be done. I'll be right back. Maybe.
Listen up, Tampa Bay. Hollywood Hulk Hogan here, and I got something to say to all you dudes out there bitching and whining about the fact that I charge $17.99 for 6 delicious, crispy, golden brown coconut shrimp at Hulk Hogan Shrimp Shack. Well, get this, dude. I don't think you realize the tender love and care, the painstaking process that I, Hulk Hogan, go through when I personally hand batter each and every one of these succulent morsels of the sea. Check it out. First, I take some jumbo shrimp, remove the shells and legs. Then I grab a can of beer and a couple eggs. Gonna need some flour and a big-ass measuring cup. A teaspoon of some baking powder and some shredded coconut. Heat up 3 tubs of oil to 350 degrees. Now that I have my ingredients, it's time for some hand battering. Combine the eggs and a cup of flour in a bowl.
All right, guys.
Add the baking
I'm making an
powder
executive
and some
decision.
beer and stir it slow.
Considering the content matter that I wanted to get into this next segment, I think I tried to deliver a show a little bit earlier so I could accommodate the guests, but they're here now. It's time to wrap up the show. I'm sorry about that. I'm thankful for all of you that are in the chat now. Very thankful for that. If you liked what you saw thus far, please go to at Ryan Harkness _ on Twitter. Follow me there. I will be back next week for sure. You could hear the babies in the background. See, I can't do it like this. On Twitter, I'll give you a show next Sunday at the normal time, 8 to 10 or 11 or 12 p.m. And of course, if you are so inclined to donate to the program, you could go to buymeacoffee.com/Harkness show. And let me just make sure I don't have any super chats. I would hate to end this program without reading any of your support messages. Doesn't look like we have any right now, but again, I am very apologetic, but I have some guests to entertain. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know I only did like an hour and change. Thank you for showing up, CMK, Carl, everybody in the chat. Much appreciated. And I'm sorry I had to cut it short today, but I definitely have to cut it short today. This program means far less to me, not that you guys don't mean anything, but far less to me than my interpersonal relationships, which absolutely must be maintained. So I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys next week, Sunday at the regular time, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. right here on the Ryan Harkness Show. Thank you guys for tuning in. Sub, share the link out, all that good stuff. See you guys next week.